Hey folks, Levi here once again. Well, it's good to be back here on YouTube. I know I've been gone for 2 weeks at least. Well, because my dad's term was over, but I did go on vacation to Disneyland, and I had fun. I had a good time. If you're a friend of me on Facebook, you see some of my pictures on there. But Disneyland was fun. I had a good time. I'll be going back to work this week, and I will be, of course, continuing reviewing movies and stuff. But I just want to tell you guys that I'm back officially on my YouTube channel. See, I'm not going anywhere. And I know I've reached only 1 subscriber, 387. But guys, we're getting close to 400, so, keep on watching my videos because I got a lot more coming. Keep on paying attention to my community posts. So anyway, I'm glad to be back. And anyway, today's, I'll continue my Batman marathon. Only 6 more with my Batman animated reviews. So there's only 6 more to go. And hopefully I can review 2 more after this. But first one here I'll be reviewing the 2019 anime superhero film that's crossover with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then of course is Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, this was a fun movie. I really enjoyed this film. I had some issues with it, but but despite that, this was a lot of fun to watch. Of course, see Batman, my favorite superhero, teaming up with the awesome Ninja Turtles. I love the Ninja Turtles, I'm not gonna lie. I've always been a fan. I grew up with the 1990 movie. Always loved that movie classic. I like the sequel, Secret News. TMT 3 I don't like. That film sucks. And the Michael Bay ones are horrible. And I'm not looking forward to the Seth Rogen film. Yeah, this is not really interesting to me. This is definitely, if you think this is bad, I think Seth Rogen is going to do worse with these characters. But, but I love Ninja Turtles. I've been a fan of them since I was a kid as well. Watching the movie. Wasn't die hard on them like I was on Batman, but I'm a fan of the Ninja Turtles, I still am. But getting into the review. Yeah. It's directed by Jake Corson and it's written by Marley Helen Grazer. It's based on the comic book miniseries Batman Ninja Turtles by James Tynion IV and Freddie Williams Jr. The second. So this is about Batman teaming up with the Turtles. Warner Bros. Animation was considering adaptations of Batman TMT and Wonder Woman as possible direct-to-video films. The animated adaptation of the miniseries was officially announced in February 2019, but to be in production was released later in the spring. Casting the intentional announcement revealed Troy Baker, who was described his roles as both Batman and Batman the Telltale series video game, and Lego video games and films, and the Joker from Arkham Origins, also from Arkham, and Batman Unlimited. And Troy Baker does a great job voicing Batman, but he's no Kevin Conroy, to be honest. But he's good, and he's great at voicing the Joker. But again, he's no Mark Hamill, but he does a good job, I think. Making Baker the first actor to portray both characters in the same property. The film also features Dan Cross and Eric Lewis, responsible as Raphael Leonardo, by Kyle Mooney and Baron Moon, voiced by Michelangelo and Donatello. Some of the cast members. Yeah, I'll get to the voice cast here, I guess. You have Troy Baker as Batman and Joker, Eric Bazil as Leonardo, Darren Crisis as Raphael, Darren Villan, Kyle Mooney as Michelangelo, Ben Crooks as Robin, Rachel Bloom as Batgirl, Brian George as Albert Pennyworth, Jim Miskin as Commissioner Gordon, Scarecrow, Andrew Krishnil as Shredder, Kasa Anu as Ra's al Ghul, Keith Ferguson as Dr. Baxter Stockman, Two-Face, Tom Kenny as Penguin, League of Assassin's Ninja, Tara Strong as Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Pizza Delivery Girl Woman, John McDowell as Mr. Freeze, and Carlos Agnes as Bane. Now, if y'all don't know what the Ninja Turtles is, well, of course, they are 4 turtles who are ninjas. They were created, they were just like little turtles, baby turtles, but until they got into this ooze that gets on them, that transforms them into talking turtles. But they become ninjas. They get trained by their master, who was Splinter. There was no Master Splinter in this movie, which is one thing that I'm disappointed about with this movie. No Master Splinter, but maybe it was just too many characters to add in. Who knows? But that would have been cool to see Splinter in here. All the Ninja Turtles, they wear their blue ribbons or their mask. The blue one is, of course, Leonardo. Leonardo is the leader of the Ninja Turtles. He's the one that's got the turtle head, and the one that's in charge. That's the leader. That he likes to look after his brothers, and he has a fear of of them being in danger or something would have happened to him. You see that in this movie, but Leonardo's a good leader. His weapon, since he's a ninja, he carries, the swords. Yeah. And then you have Raphael, who is the turtle with the red mask, and he has a bit of a temper on him. Sometimes he likes to do things his way, or he'll go off and get angry or do something stupid. But at the end of the day, he seem to be cool. He has these katanas, which I think are cool. Raphael's probably my favorite turtle. And then you have Michelangelo, who's the party dude. The funny side of the turtles, he's got the nunchucks, and then you have Donatello, the purple mask, who is, got the stick where he can fight with it. He's also the smart turtle. He's also, making inventions. He creates the turtle shell, the turtle mobile, whatever you want to call it. That was all done by Donatello. But Ninja Turtles are fun characters. They're cool, and of course they have enemies too, but mainly the Shredder, who is Orokusaki. I'm not sure about the comics, but he's the leader of the Foot Clan and wants to take over basically like the world or whatever. And Ninja Turtles always have to go up against him and stop him. So he's a pretty tough enemy for them to go up against. But getting more into this movie, sorry. It is directed by Jake Cousteau, written by Miller Gracer. It's based on Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by James Tynion IV. Red Freddie Williams, produced by Ben Jones. Music is by Kevin Ripple. Distributed by Warner Home Entertainment. Released May 14th, 2019 on DVD, digital. It's 84 minutes long. Yeah, 87 minutes, yeah, pretty much. I'll say 87 minutes, yeah. But pretty much what the film is about is that Batman, along with his allies, Robin and Batgirl, they must team up with the Ninja Turtles because Shredder comes to town. Shredder teams up with Ra's al Ghul, one of Batman's greatest enemies. And they have a plan to, I guess you could say, destroy Gotham City, or at least Ra's does. Shredder has his own goals, but they plan with their Foot Clan and the League of Assassins teaming up is to destroy Gotham City, take it over. So Batman, Robin, and Batgirl, and the Ninja Turtles must team up and save the day. So, yeah. That's a plot in a nutshell. Excuse my pun about the nutshell there. But that's a plot synopsis of the movie. I'll go ahead and talk about the movie itself. Alright, so Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So the movie opens up with Barbara Gordon, I think being at Wayne Enterprises or at this Wayne Enterprises company. She witnesses this power generator being stolen by the Foot Clan. She explains them to him. But I like the scene that where, Barbara, the ninjas throw these little knives or whatever, I forget, these little weapons the Foot Clan throws, and she protects a guy from getting stabbed and she pushes them down, and they're about to, she's about to want to fight them, but then this gas comes out, and it's the Turtles, and the Turtles take them out easily. She tells Batman about it, that she can, that time jumps a Batgirl, and Batman's like, I don't know what they're doing here, Batgirl, but these Ninja Turtles, they might be a threat to my city. Batman doesn't really sure if he can trust them, because that's just Batman. He's like, well, they're not going to do that here. And then you have the opening titles. The Foot Clan plan this attack on Wayne Enterprise stealing a cloud seeder because Batman even is investigating the Turtles, learning about them, that they're ninjas, and Commissioner Gordon wants to have security, but Bruce says no. Says that there's Batman. He goes in. Of course he would. He fights the Foot Clan. Meanwhile, you have Penguin trying to steal something from Wayne Enterprises too, a machine, and he sees the Ninja Turtle. He thinks it's Batman. He's like, "Oh, like, you think I'm a bat?" And they fight him. He takes him as that down. People's like, I gotta do everything myself. And he starts shooting his weapon at them. And of course, I thought, Michelangelo was pretty funny in this movie, as he is always. I always think Michelangelo was pretty funny. He's like, you got an umbrella gun, cool, dude. Cowabunga, but using one of the weapons, they take it down, and take Penguin escapes. But they just arrest him, and Ralph, Leonardo says, we gotta return these men to the police, Ralph. And Ralph just kicks them to the side of the building. They land in the garbage can in a dumpster. They're like, did you know there was a dumpster? They're like, I knew it, But while they're doing that, Batman, fights the Foot Clan, which is pretty awesome. And then, he shows a question one, but Shredder kills the one. And so, he sees Shredder. Batman tries to use his gravel gun to rub him down, but Shredder, uses his knives on his finger, his hands here, his knife weapon, the Shredder weapon, as you will, to cut it. Him and Batman fight. He puts a pretty good of a fight, Batman does, but Shredder does like this move on him, on Batman, to hit him on the sides, and knocks Batman out pretty good. But he gets Shredder again, and Shredder warns him, Batman, stay out of my way, I'm going to kill you next time, if you don't stay out of my way. But you found out the Ninja Turtles are investigating the Shredder. The Turtles afterwards, they encounter and they fight Batman, which they don't match for. Batman pretty much takes them all out, some moments with the Batmobile, which is pretty cool. Of course, there is no challenge. But I would even say this is a Batman versus Ninja Turtles movie. I don't know why they call it that. I'd rather just say Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know what they call it versus. They only have one fight scene here, and that's it. With Batman. But it is a cool scene, though. It's definitely worth watching. It's really cool. Batman takes them out, of course. But they, decide they can't really. They're no match for Batman, so Leonardo throws like a smoke grenade down and they get away. And they even look up Batman that he's human, that he's not supernatural or anything. And so the Turtles, go searching around. They end up, in the sewers. They find a Batcave. They see Robin, Michelangelo's wearing wearing one of Batman's masks, and Robin shows up, and him and Robin fight. Also, you see Robin, you see Shredder go talk to Ra's al Ghul, and Ra's al Ghul says, they're planning, to use the ooze, the mutagen ooze. They kind of bind it up with Joker's technology, Joker's venom, and when they test somebody, you become like an animal, you mutate into one. That's like the turtle stuff with the ooze, they mutate, but this is like 10 times bigger, if you mutate him more. But that's why he had Penguin still up, because Shredder didn't get it. Yeah. They, of course, figure out where the Batcave's at. Robin likes to fight for them, which is pretty funny at times. Batman shows up and tells them to stop, and tells them, and, Leonardo comes to the situation that was saying, Batman, I'm not your enemy, I'm not here to fight you, or here to try to Shredder, who's working with, they thought that, because at first the Turtles thought that Batman was bad. Of course, Batman is a vigilante, but they thought that Batman was working with with Shredder, that he was his partner, but they, of course, ended up finding out it's Ra's al Ghul. I don't know if they call him Ra's, but no, I call it, it's Ra's al Ghul, not Ra's, Ra's. But eventually the two groups agree to work together. They get pizza, which, he bumps into Alfred, and Alfred goes Michelangelo about the mask and said not to do that. And they eat some pieces, they're like, Turtles, do you want a napkin? And they say, what for? And he's like, oh gosh, teenagers. That was a funny moment with Alfred. The bargain is that Ra's will give Shredder access to the Lazarus Pit to become immortal. In exchange for Shredder building a machine that will spray a combination of TRC mutagen and Joker venom over Gotham, transforming the citizens into the same mutants to destroy the city. But you have a cool moment though. Shredder, going to Shredder and Ray sneaking into Arkham Asylum as they need time to build their machine. They come up with a plan to distract them. And for rated PG-13, you do quite a bit of blood in here. Well, not bloody enough, but you have Ray just walking up into, walking right in. Ray's just, security guard, Arkham guard tries to stop him. But Ray just pulls out his knife. You don't see it, but he just cuts the man's hand off. And Shredder sneaks up a guy with his knives on his hand and just stabs him. And they're just stabbing and killing. They sneak up one guy and they kill him. And he's like, they go to Joker and Joker laughs. They said, Joker, let your madness continue. And you have the other ones there, like, it's Joker, Mr. Freeze, Two-Face, Poison Ivy. That's a Two-Face, Poison Ivy, Scarecrow, and Bane. And Harley Quinn, of course, herself, Harley Quinn. And they put this spray on them, the Venom spray, tested on them, and Batman knows this is a big problem, so Batman and Robin and Batgirl and the Turtles all go to break into the asylum. They have a fight with Leonardo, and Batman fight Scarecrow. Scarecrow puts Leonardo through a hallucination where he sees his brother defeating like a bunch of scarecrows, and they see them become like skeletons and basically getting killed. And he's in his fear. Batman gets him out of it though. He says, "You got to fight it, Leonardo." Leonardo does, and Batman, gives him an antidote. They take Scarecrow down. You see Harley Quinn as well. She's like a big giant dog, like one of her dog pets. She looks like when she's mutated. But Robin, Leonardo. Yeah, it was Robin, Leonardo. Robin, Raphael, and Michelangelo taking on, I think it was Bane, No, that was a Batgirl and Batman Donatello. Batgirl and Donatello and taking Bane down. Bane tries to break Donatello's back, but instead, you can't break his shell. A turtle shell, so he ends up hurting himself. They take him down. Poison Ivy tries to attack, Robin, Michelangelo, Raphael. She tries to take them down, but she can't reach them. She's like a plant, so she's stuck to the ground. They fight Mr. Freeze for a little bit, and Mr. Freeze is a polar bear, turns into a polar bear. But they take him down, by using that, Robin uses these heat sensors to take Mr. Freeze down. Eventually they come up against the Joker himself. I forgot to mention they get alerted by Commissioner Gordon. I'm sorry, I go over my reviews. They disappear. Hey, when they do that, Michelangelo is like right behind Commissioner Gordon. I'm still here. Gordon gets scared. But anyway, Batman gets distracted or whatever, or gets a little too close, gets knocked out, and Joker uses the venom on him, turns Batman into a giant bat, and he attacks the villains, who knows what he did to him. But they're trying to help Batman, they gotta fight him. They got the cure because Batgirl and Donatello thinks they're smart, they were able to use, an anti-ooze or whatever, to transform you back. And they use it, and it does work on Batman. Batman gets sick, they plan what they're gonna do next, but Batman is angry with what they did. He says, "I'm the boss here, this is my city, you're out of here now." And, Ralph speaks some common sense to Batman and tells him, "I get mad if you want to do things my way, Batman, I know what it's like." But then they were family. Batman's like, "This ain't a family, this is a team." And so they, put their side of differences and started to work together. Michelangelo arrives with Batman in the Batmobile. He's like, press Batman, and Batman's like, "Don't touch anything, Michelangelo." They fight through the Foot Clan. They got their Turtlemobile, of course. Yeah. And they, it's like this machine to go up towards the Earth, towards the clouds, and to release the toxic in Gotham. but they fight the Foot Clan a bit. They are able to, eventually, Michelangelo is able to push buttons and gets away from the Foot Clan and League of Assassins. And they take some of them down. One turns into a dinosaur, and Robin throws these cures in the dinosaur's mouth, making the man turn back to human. He also got the Baxter Stockman, who I think is like a fly in the comics, in the Turtles comics. But he's working with Shredder as well. Shredder, Batman and Shredder have a fight. Leonardo and Donatello, I think they're both been fighting with Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul, there's no measure. Ra's has been around for thousands of years, so he puts up a pretty good fight. Ra's just one hand behind his back, just with a sword fighting with him. Until Leonardo's able to take him down, I'd give him a kick in the nuts, And I love it when Leonardo says, I was trained by a rat, my master Splinter, who taught me this. He does all these moves on, passes Ra's al Ghul out and defeats him. And, there's a few times where Batman's about to get defeated by Shredder, but he fights back pretty hard. And he gives, Shredder a good punch in the face enough to knock his mask off, and you see Orogosaki, with his, scar, that Splinter gave him. I think, if you've seen the 1990 movie, which I don't know if that's based on the comic, but, Orogosaki was the one that killed Splinter's family. Splinter, who was just a normal rat at the time, jumped on Orogosaki and gave him a big scratch on his face. He's got the big scar. But Batman gives him a good fight, gives Shredder a good beating. Shredder's like, Ra's just wanted to destroy the city, but I want to rule over it for 1,000 years. But he gets defeated by falling in a vat of chemicals. Donatello and Michelangelo take out the machine. Michelangelo doesn't know what to do. Michelangelo starts punching it down, and they break the machine. They save the day. The Turtles, thank Batman for what they did. They give a good handshake. They even have Batman you can't go nowhere without pizza. So they all have pizza at the end to celebrate the victory. But then you have a post-credit scene where Shredder emerges from the rubble, and now possessing it as a Joker, appearance and laughing maniacally, which is pretty creepy but pretty cool. And that's the end credits of the movie. Alright, well, this was a pretty short review, but anyway, give my final opinion on this movie. Well, I'm glad you're back on YouTube, guys. I definitely missed it here. But my vacation ended, and it was fun. Alright, well, Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This was a fun movie. I really enjoyed this. I loved it. First of all, the plot I think is really good. I do like Ra's al Ghul and the Shredder teaming up. I think that was awesome. I do like seeing, the Joker in here, the Penguin, Two-Face, Poison Ivy, Scarecrow, Mr. Freeze, and Bane, all the villains in here, in the Foot Clan, and League of Assassins. That was all cool. Batman and Ninja Turtles teaming up, that's awesome. Ninja Turtles are definitely one of my favorite superheroes as well. Love Ninja Turtles, ever since the 1990 movie. I've always been a fan of them. Because I probably was a little kid when I watched that movie, so, But I've always been a fan of the Turtles, Turtles now, not so much, just what they've done with them. But it was cool to see them team up my favorite hero, my favorite DC hero, Batman. Batgirl, I like Batgirl now, I like Robin here, Damian Wayne. I think he's Damian because it's his father, so it was Damian. But Damian's cool in here. Again, I like him, Damian Wayne, better here. I liked him also, Damian Wayne, and I like Damian in the Batman Unlimited Max vs. Mutants. I like him better here in these two movies than I did like him in Son of Batman or Batman Bad Blood. You don't get much of him in Batman Bad Blood too much, but yeah. But I didn't like him in Son of Batman or Batman vs. Robin. My positives, like I said, I like the plot, I like the story. The animation is really good. The humor, at times it does work. Michelangelo is funny. At times he's a hilarious character. I do like seeing Batman and the Ninja Turtles fight. That was cool. And then teaming up with like villains and then taking over Ra's al Ghul and the Shredder. So you guys, the action is really good in here. The humor works. The animation is good. The voice cast does a great job. For being 87 minutes, it doesn't feel like it. Well, I wish about my problems now. But I do think the directing and writing was good. I think the voice cast, music score, not so memorable with these movies. But this was a fun movie, so this was good. My problems, Dr. Baxter Stockman, I didn't like him. He's more annoying in the 2016 film Out of the Teenage Team, Out of the Shadows. Yeah, he was annoying. He was played by Tyler Perry. He was very annoying in that movie. I only really like Dr. Baxter Stockman in the 2003 Ninja Turtles cartoon. Love that cartoon. Yeah, he's probably in the 80s cartoon, but he's a very annoying character. I've never liked Dr. Baxter Stockman that much. He's just very annoying in here. Irritating. Yeah. But sometimes the humor does not work. Sometimes it is annoying. I do have some of the issues with facing, like, it was cool to see Batman facing the villains, but, them going to Arkham, it does slow down a bit of the pacing in the movie. It does slow the pacing down a little bit. And it feels like it does take a while for them to fight these villains. And it does slow the pacing down of the movie, which I have an issue with. Sometimes the humor doesn't work. Dr. Baxter Stockman is annoying. Yeah. I thought Michelangelo was funny. Especially when he ends up in a store, people see him as a frog, and he just grabs pizza and eats up. That was pretty funny. But it was cool to see Batman, teaming up with the Ninja Turtles, or the Turtles. I'd like to see that again, but probably not. If the movie didn't keep, I don't think it got good reviews. I don't know. It got positive reviews, but I wouldn't say I give it 100% or 100% Rotten Tomatoes. I personally wouldn't give it 100%, but that's just me. Yeah. It's not a perfect movie. It does have those issues. Like I said, I have some of those issues with it. But the humor, I think, works a lot of the time. Sometimes it didn't. It was cool to see Shredder and Rage team up, a little bit, I've seen Batman fight Rage so many times, so I'm not going to complain about that. It was cool to see him take on the Turtles, and Batman fighting Shredder. That was awesome. Loved definitely seeing that. So this was a fun movie. But despite some of my issues with it, it's still a good movie. Still very entertaining to watch. It's not that long of a movie. It goes by at a pretty good pace. So if you're a fan of Ninja Turtles, I highly recommend it. And, if you're a fan of Batman and Ninja Turtles, then this is definitely for you. If you're a huge Batman fan like I am, and you're a fan of Ninja Turtles like I am too, then this is definitely the movie I recommend checking out. But I still consider it a Batman movie. Just teaming up with the Turtles. But anyway, this is still an awesome movie. Great film. Fun movie. My rating for Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Turtles, I'm going to give this a thumbs up. And my rating for this film is 4 to 5 stars. So Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Turtles, my rating for this film is 4 to 5 stars. So guys, tell me in the comments down below, what do you think of this movie in your opinion, if you've seen it? What do you think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Be honest. Don't be afraid to be honest. If you hate the movie, that's fine. To each his own. We can agree to disagree. But it's not perfect. But it's a fun movie. So guys, tell me in the comments down below, what do you think of Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Turtles in your personal opinion? So, alright, stay tuned for my next Batman anime review. That will be and hopefully going 5 more to go, y'all. I believe so. I believe this is the next one. Make sure. I just want to make sure. Okay, yes, this is the next one. Next is the next Batman anime review is Batman Hush. I know, I believe this is based off a comic. But my next Batman anime review is Batman Hush. So this is the next one. So stay tuned for that today. I will be posting the community post on this. And so tell me guys in the comments down below. My rating for this film once again is 4 to 5 stars. Let me know in the comments down below guys, what do you think of Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Turtles in your opinion? Tell me in the comments down below. And stay tuned for my next Batman anime review today. That will be Batman Hush. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my review of Batman Hush. Stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. See you soon. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye. So stay tuned today for the next one. Bye-bye. It's good to be back on YouTube, guys. I missed you guys. I missed being here on YouTube. So, good to be back. So, bye-bye.